I may have made my terraforming RPG too big to function. Not like ambitious indie dev big, I mean objectively irresponsibly big. The map is open and massive, like bigger than several classic NES RPGs in just the starting area, which sounds cool, right up until your game turns into a PowerPoint presentation. At first, everything looked fine, but under the hood, I had thousands of resource nodes, tile map colliders across a massive grid, and Unity trying its absolute best to simulate all of it all the time. Entering play mode took forever, and once it loaded, I could practically hear my 11-year-old business class laptop begging for mercy. So I hit a wall. And this is one of those moments where you have two choices. You either scale the game down, or you figure out how to make something this stupid actually work. So naturally, I chose to make it work. The solution is not something I had to come up with. It's been solved before, and it's called chunking. And despite sounding like something disgusting that happens when you've been eating too much Taco Bell, it's actually pretty simple. Instead of simulating the entire world at once, you break it into a grid, and only keep a small area around the player active. Everything else effectively doesn't exist. No physics, no updates, no cost. Just dormant data waiting its turn. Now, implementing this for tile maps was surprisingly painless. Turn colliders on and off based on distance. Done. But the moment I brought resource nodes into the system, of course I broke everything. At first, nothing was responding, chunks weren't activating properly, nodes weren't turning on, and my debug visuals weren't changing at all, which is, always a great sign. Turns out it was an execution order issue, which is just an irritating way of saying everything was working, just not when I thought it was. Once I fixed that, I ran into something even more irritating. Dead chunks. Entire sections of the world where nothing would activate. No nodes, no interaction, just empty map. That one came down to a single line of code sitting inside an if statement that it had absolutely no business being in because I'm an idiot and I put it there. Because those chunks didn't have tile map physics, the system never even tried to activate their resource nodes. So just getting rid of that and telling it to activate whether there's physics or not, fixed it. That's the kind of bug that makes you question your life choices. But just like that, everything snapped into place. So now, instead of simulating the entire world, the game only cares about a small radius around the player, which means I can keep building outward, adding more land, more resources, without the whole thing collapsing under its own weight. And the difference is night and day. It's the same world, it's the same systems, but now it actually runs. So yeah. Turns out that half the challenge of building a massive world is just convincing the engine not to try to simulate the whole damn thing at once. Next up, I'm going to keep expanding the map beyond the starting island so I can stress test this thing properly, because if it holds, then the scale of this game just went from questionable decision to actually viable. And since I'm thinking about performance anyway, I'll probably refactor all of my dialogue systems the way I should have written them in the first place to make room for localization. If you want to follow along while I continue making deeply questionable decisions, stick around. You can wishlist from nothing on Steam, which helps way more than you think. You can also join the Discord, where a lot of this game is taking shape. For now, thanks for watching. I'm Power Hobo, and I'm still trying to build something from nothing.